Welcome to TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans by wrestling fans on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary Ashton, and this is the week in review. Now, I will just say up front about me personally, I watched all of Raw this week. I watched highlights from NXT, watched Evolve, even watched some clips from AEW, but I did not watch a lick of SmackDown. Just because I was afraid of like how heavy it was going to be on the Hulk Hogan stuff. Ashton told me that it was only like 25% of the show. So, I mean, just to put a fine point on it, it is a different kind of week because Hulk Hogan has passed. He passed away, what was it, Ashton, just yesterday? I don't think we're even 2 days into this,
I
right?
think it was
Uh,
Wednesday or Thursday because if it would have just been yesterday, I don't know if they would have had the time to put what they did together for SmackDown.
that's fair.
I'm gonna say it was
Um,
probably Thursday.
so I really can't judge SmackDown, given that I didn't watch it, just because I didn't know how nauseous the Hulk Hogan stuff was going to be, and I didn't have time after the fact. Raw I thought was solid this week. I enjoyed Raw, and I enjoyed what I watched of NXT. Please, dear God, do not put Obafemi in any more triple threats. I don't know how much more this man has to prove himself to everybody else. And I thought Evolve was a strong showing. So I guess to get into the conversational portion, I mean, this is a small thing, but I'm reading here from the SmackDown recap that Kiana James is back on TV as Julia's representation.
Yep.
So that's really fucking cool. So what does that mean? Is she like Julia's attorney or something?
I
Like
don't
how are
really
they supposed to do this?
know what direction they're gonna go with it, but like as of just last night on SmackDown, she basically like I don't want to say she fully spoke for Julia because Julia did speak for herself at a point, but Kiana definitely did the heavy lifting as far as talking goes for Julia. So I'm wondering if this is like a valet situation.
You know what? Not bad. I mean, not bad at all. I mean, I feel like Julia's English is decent. But if they feel like they want her to get even better, this is a way that you can use Julia while she has time to practice and get more comfortable if that's what they feel she needs. So I'm cool with this. Plus, I like Kiana. I've liked Kiana for a long time. It's really great to see her back on TV. So yeah, I'm all for this and I'm excited to see what this pair can do. Hell, maybe Keanu will even be the one to end Julia's reign. You never fucking know. So
Yeah, maybe.
I'm open to all this, man. I'm open to all this. So
Same. Yeah, I
uh,
think it's interesting.
yeah, let's see. You told me there was going to be a TLC match with all the tag teams at SummerSlam because
Yeah.
Andrade and Phoenix's match ended in a DQ, and I'm guessing that's like how this all got started. Was that it all fucking broke down?
Well, their
So
match, they literally had the match fucking won. Like to the point that like Phoenix had done a tope to just gonna assume that it was Loomis, and then Andrade hit the fucking big like kick feint back elbow and also the double underhook suplex move that he does and had Gacy pinned. I think it was Gacy at least. It might have been the other way around. I don't know. Had him pinned though, and as the ref's hand was coming down for the three, Gacy got pulled out of the ring on a side that Loomis wasn't even in, and then it was revealed that it was fucking Nikki Cross that pulled him out of the ring. Or the referee, rather. The referee got pulled out of the ring. And because the ref got pulled out of the ring, she called for the DQ.
see, I really don't like how the Wyatts have been booked since they've, been going after titles and being more integrated in the tag division because not only does it really ground them in a bad way to me when you're going after titles, but now you're telling me that they're getting DQ'd and shit, which feels heelish, which like
Yeah.
I don't want to boo these guys, especially after those vignettes and the way that they were introduced.
Yep.
It all feels fucking wrong to me and I hate it and I'm sorry because I don't want to hate things when we watch wrestling, but I can't
I just want to
lie about how I feel.
confirm it feels really shitty for both of us, not just you.
Yeah, well, thank you for being in the trenches with me, bud. It always feels better when you're here, but it just really sucks that they did the group like this. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm really not looking forward to TLC either. This doesn't really get me out of bed. I'm like, okay, cool. Because I will say I was talking with Ashton, I believe just yesterday, guys, and I said that the Saturday card for SummerSlam like obviously there are matches we're going to do, but if Ashton were to say to me, you know what, man, I really don't want to do any of these matches, I'd be like, you know what, fair. Like it's really, I think Sunday's the much better card. I'll put it that way. Sunday, I'm at least compelled because I think the superior women's matches are on that show. But Saturday is going to be rough, and we'll have to see. I'm guessing TLC will go on Sunday, and I guess if so, fair enough. But yeah, that TLC match doesn't really get me out of bed very much. So we'll have to see everything that happens. What else happened on SmackDown? Just because this is the show that I skipped, so I'm kind of learning. Dude, you know what else put me off on SmackDown? So I usually watch the WWE on USA Network YouTube channel because they do fuller clips than even the official WWE YouTube channel. I don't know if it's because I don't know it's their television platform, so it's like we've got more rights to this stuff or whatever the fuck. But I just usually go there because I get fuller context. And the two clips that were advertised to me, where I'm like, maybe I did a good job skipping the show, was Jelly Roll confronting Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes addressing John Cena. Now let's talk about this Cody Rhodes John Cena thing.
I did not
Did
watch this. I had it muted the whole time.
you know what? Excellent. I'm not even gonna. You know what? I'm gonna preserve your self care. Let's just skip it. I'd say the same thing for Logan Paul Jelly Roll. I did not give a
I
fuck.
actually did watch this like kind of half-assed. Like I had it on and I paid a little bit of attention to it with the volume on. Jelly Roll sang at Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
Oh my god.
He sang Orton's theme song right towards them.
Oh god. Okay. Cool. Not really, but cool. I don't know.
Anti-cool, the opposite of cool, nega cool, uncool.
Mega cool, huh? I like that. I like that a lot. Actually, that's working for me. Jade Cargill beat Chelsea Green. I really do hope one day Chelsea becomes a women's world champion. God knows she's fighting talent that she's better than. That'll probably win that championship before she does. Roxanne beat Alexa Bliss. Do not care about that tag match come, I believe, Saturday. I mean, yeah, that really seems to be SmackDown without talking about the Hogan stuff, and I don't want to talk about the Hogan stuff because I know we're going to be getting Q&A questions related to Hulk Hogan, and by then I'll have fully formed thoughts. Needless to say, right now, none of them are good, about him anyway. So yeah, I think that's more or less SmackDown. So now we can talk about fucking NXT, I guess. How did you feel about NXT this week? Because again, I did watch highlights, so I can talk about some of this. But how did you feel
Um,
about the whole show?
yeah, I remember having pretty positive feelings about the show overall. I don't remember exactly everything that happened on the show, but I remember enjoying Raw and then feeling pretty good about NXT and then liking Evolve a lot. I think Evolve was really strong this week, and then feeling pretty mid about SmackDown, and that's being generous.
Yeah, yeah, SmackDown. Oof. So with NXT, we're in an interesting place because we've got JC Jane as now NXT Women's Champion and Knockouts Champion. And I don't know if I said this to you personally during a gaming sesh or if I had this on record. And if I don't have this on record, allow me to repeat myself just in case. I like JC. I think she is a solid worker, but her being a double champion of like two top like North American women's world titles because TNA has been around forever, and I think even just for that reason alone, the Knockouts title is still fucking worth something. It gives very Chris Jericho energy to me, where it's like, okay, we have a competent worker, you're giving them a huge rub, and they're not even like the worst personality. I would say at the time Jericho was better on the mic than JC is currently. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
it's
I agree.
like it's not even that she feels beatable because they're even kind of embracing that, right? Like, oh, you think I'm the most beatable champion in history? It just feels still kind of nothing. Like, it's amazing that you've given them all this and they're not even that bad, but it still feels like, okay, when's the next thing? It's almost like she feels like a placeholder for the next really big deal, whoever that is. And I don't know. I feel like they're trying to like give her this heat and give her this heel credibility. It just and again, I'm not even trying to trash her, as you can tell. I'm trying to be very careful with my language here. It's not connecting with me, I guess. I think look,
I'm gonna be
yeah,
just straight up here. Um,
yeah,
you're you're doing a great job of not blaming somebody who doesn't deserve to be blamed, but I do think that we need to point a finger at NXT writing, because if anyone's going to be blamed, it's NXT writing. It's the creative team behind NXT. Because also, where the fuck was Blake Monroe this week?
Yeah. Well, didn't she have her singles debut this week on NXT against Ren Sinclair, right? Because I remember
She
watching that
did,
highlight.
but also JC Jane is out here flaunting her titles. How are you going to have Blake Monroe cost Jordan Grace the title and then say, "Oh, you don't look like a champion," and then you have JC Jane out here as the champion and Blake just isn't interested?
Yeah, I am gonna be honest. Like, I was waiting for Blake to get her title shot so that Jordan could screw her, so that the feud could have, more mileage. Now, they did further their feud this week because after Blake beat Ren, Jordan came out and Blake was able to lay her out with a DDT, double arm underhook DDT on the steel chair, which, by the way, I do like that finish. Just as a
Yeah.
quick aside before we get back to JC, I like that she could hit that finish on anybody of any size. And I don't know. I think Blake makes it look good. Plus, I got to say this too, because I know Def Rebel gets a lot of shit, deservedly so. That theme sounds like it's fucking fire. I can't wait for the full version to be released so I can fully listen to it. But from what I've been able to hear, I'm like, you know what? I vibes with this. This is great packaging for Blake. But yeah, I agree. It's just really interesting, kind of where JC and everything kind of going on around JC is happening. Plus, I think I told you this in conversation too. I don't know how much more I expect Fallon and Jasmine to take before they say something to JC, before they stand up to her, because it's like she keeps like low key shitting on them, but then still, of course, needing them and still like being like, oh yeah, fatal influence, we run this. When all Jason's probably thinking is, no, I run this. Um, and yeah, like I don't know, the title reign is just not connecting with me. I think is ultimately what it comes down to. It's just not connecting with me
Well, and
at
here's the
all.
thing. I think the title reign in itself maybe doesn't have to connect with you, just because it's like it's on an effective heel who you're not supposed to like and you're not supposed to cheer for. You're not supposed to like
Yeah,
JC. You're not supposed to want her to be champion. That's kind of the point of her being champion. My problem is when there are no compelling baby face contenders. And I emphasize babyface because let's be real, by betraying Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe turned heel. Blake Monroe is a heel now.
yes,
Like
yes.
it's I do expect for JC's next major title defense at like a PLE to be a triple threat involving both Blake and Jordan. I think that that's probably what we're going to get. I just wish Blake showed more interest in actually being champion. She already kind of expressed that she thinks that Jordan Grace doesn't look like a champion. How the fuck does Jordan Grace look less like a champion than JC Jane? Are you kidding me?
Especially because like just going back to Blake's motivations, as far as wanting to be champion, you're talking you pin the champion in a tag match at Great American Bash, and before that, her faction, JC's faction, Fatal Influence, put you through a table. So I don't know if I'm Blake, villain or not. I still want that hardware as like my
Yeah,
payback. So like I don't
that's
know. Yeah.
they've really written this poorly, in my opinion. I mean, both just the idea that we're supposed to believe that Blake Monroe sees Jordan Grace and sees JC Jane and thinks JC looks like a champion more than Jordan. What the fuck is that? Um, and then also that Blake got put through a table by Fatal Influence and then helped JC retain and hasn't shown any interest in her title since. What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know. I don't know. And it's funny that you mentioned earlier that you feel like a defense coming for JC will be a triple threat against Blake and Jordan, because I do think it'll be a triple threat, but it may increasingly be with Lash Legend and Jada Parker, because they're both wanting to prove
You know
something
what? Yeah,
to
that'll probably
JC.
take precedent. That'll probably happen first while Blake and Jordan go at it 1v1. But I don't think we're going to get any like definitive like finish. Like we're not going to get a conclusive ending to that match. And it's going to lead to another triple threat involving both of them.
Yeah.
But I do agree
Yeah.
though, and I like that Lash and Jada are both expressing interest in the title. I just wish Blake Monroe would.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. The whole Blake Monroe thing, I like. I think her and Jordan can cook, but this feels like an obstruction to what should be a clear motivation to the championship, given how Blake was introduced to the NXT brand
Yeah.
via Fatal Influence antagonism.
Well, and
But
not only is it Fatal Influence antagonist, but literally we've got to point back to her debut like segment. The whole segment was the entire women's locker room emptying out, talking about how JC Jane is the most beatable women's champion ever, and they want shots at that title. And then Blake Monroe shows up, so it is heavily implied that Blake Monroe showed up under the impression that she was going to be the one to beat JC for the title.
yes, yes. Um, I will say, as far as Fatal Influence showing cracks, apparently at one point in the segment when Lash and Jada were interrupting and more or less, doing their thing, fundamentally saying, like, I'm coming after one of those championships. JC said to Fallon and Jasmine, get them. And they didn't want to do it, apparently, according to this recap I'm reading. They were like, nah, you got this. So JC started the fight and it didn't really end well for her.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I am glad that they're at least furthering that story because,
Yeah.
again, she keeps subtly shitting on them like, oh, some people didn't carry their weight or I had to do it all by myself. And it's like, bitch, like, say something else. So I'm glad they're furthering that. I just don't know who comes out as baby faces or heels or what the hell they're going to do when that group dissolves. JC very clearly is comfortable as a heel. I wouldn't switch that alignment, but I wonder if Fallon will go back to being a baby face or something.
So
So
funny you say that because I was thinking like maybe Blake, because I do think who was it in our chat? Alex Foster did say that he is still convinced that Blake might take over Fatal Influence, and I do think it
yeah,
would be interesting if the tension of Jasmine, or not Jasmine, JC shitting on her faction mates kind of coincides with the rise of Blake Monroe, and Blake literally usurps JC and takes Fatal Influence from her. And we just get a new version of Fatal Influence with Blake Monroe at the lead and still Fallon and Jasmine as her faction mates, but like she's more of a benevolent leader than JC, and it gives JC an opportunity to have more of an arc as a character that might actually lead to her being the babyface. And I just think it's funny that you were like, JC's a good heel, she should stick that way. Maybe Fallon goes back to face, and I'm like the exact opposite. I'm like, no, maybe they do something where they turn JC face and have Blake take over the heel faction for her.
yeah, it would be interesting. Blake leading it would be cool because I really don't care for Fallon and Jasmine. I want to like Jasmine, but I'm still waiting for like that big moment for her where she gets the big match either against maybe JC because she stands up to her like in a period, and so JC has to squash maybe the mutiny within the faction, and then Jasmine's like, oh, okay, you are the leader or whatever. I'm just waiting for her to have bigger matches, I guess.
I also
Um,
think that part of it is like I do agree with you though that like Jasmine doesn't get to wrestle enough. And I would even
yeah,
argue that even Fallon at this point probably doesn't get to wrestle enough. It really feels like neither one of them really get opportunities in the ring anymore. But with Jasmine, I feel like she needs work basically. So like she needs to keep putting in the work because it feels very much for me at least personally like Jasmine Nix is a one trick pony in the ring. She has a really good Pele kick, and I literally don't know anything else about her as a wrestler.
yeah. I knew all right about that Pele kick. I mean, she even popped herself for it the last time she hit it. She was like, "Oh my god, I did it," which I thought was a funny moment. But yeah, I want to see more from her. And yeah, we'll just have to see where it goes. And God, I love Lash, and I'm excited to her for contender for the title, and I love Jada too. But with Jada, I'm more at the point of like, give her a title or like stop fucking around and call her up because like I don't
Ah,
know, I feel like feel like that women's division needs a shake up, but I think that's just me. That's just a John
what's
problem.
that?
So
What's that
anyway,
fishing phrase or something, or get cut bait or something else? I don't remember.
I don't know.
You
So
know,
we had Jasper.
my grandparents used to tell me uh, as a similar thing: shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um. Then we had Jasper Troy beating Ricky Saints by countout. So
Yeah, this was a
that's
botched finish though. Ricky, there was a tile, not a tile, but like there was a section of the ramp that collapsed under Ricky. I am 99% sure that he was supposed to be like just laying there, and Jasper was supposed to hit him with a senton, and the senton was supposed to be what caused that section of the ramp to collapse, and that would have been a much more believable count out finish. But unfortunately, the fucking thing collapsed, and then Jasper hit the senton afterwards, and we were just supposed to believe that that was enough.
So yeah, after that,
Wait, did you
let's
say
see.
anything before so yeah? Or
No, I just said because that sounds pretty awkward to watch like unfold.
yeah,
So
yeah, it
yeah,
does.
yeah. Um, don't want to talk about the whole fucking Undertaker thing. Fuck his old ass. He's
Dude,
old. Why are we scared of him? I don't know.
yeah, I you know, this segment wasn't horrible until it was. Like it was good because he really did do a good job of putting Trick over, and it led eventually to a setup where we're probably going to be getting Javon versus Trick, or maybe
Yeah,
Javon versus Oba. I don't know how they're going to handle it, but the fact that like we're still letting Undertaker choke slam people is like, who benefits from that? Literally, just the Undertaker's fucking ego getting stroked is the only thing to come out of that happening. It's actually crazy.
yeah. And Michelle McCool also got in on the fun because
Oh my
apparently, yeah,
god, yeah, that's right. She's so much worse than Undertaker though.
yeah, to follow up on Fatal Influence, JC was wondering who's going to take care of Lash and who would take care of Jada. And then Michelle McCool was like, how about Fallon against Lash and Jasmine against Jada? And then JC agreed and she's going to talk to Jada. So I'm guessing those matches will take place next week. I'll actually really try and be there with you guys because I would like to see Jasmine versus Jada. That does seem like an interesting match to me.
She
Um,
just matched them up by letters because Fallon has L's in her name and Lash, and then Jasmine and Jada, they both start with A.
cool,
With
cool.
J A, I should say.
Man, we are changing the fucking game, huh? Um,
Oh Lord, the writing is
good.
so bad.
Yeah, I mean we're really blazing a fucking trail over here. So let's see what
Praising a
else.
Blale.
Pop. Um, so yeah, did the Oba? No, I think the Oba triple threat probably main event, and there's probably. Oh, actually, no. Let's talk about Ren and Blake Monroe. So, what did you think about Blake Monroe's in-ring debut? I mean, we both love her. So, what did you think?
I mean, I wouldn't say that she did anything that I haven't already seen her do.
And that's fair. I mean, I don't really know if we expected to though. We know pretty well how she wrestles, but
Yeah.
I mean, I thought she looked good. I thought Ren also looked good.
Ren
Just
looked
to give Ren her
great.
props.
Yeah, I love Ren. If anything, I'm almost a little bit like maybe disappointed that Ren was the person that was Blake's debut just because I hoped that Blake would look more dominant in her debut. But like, I don't want him to fucking bury Ren either, so I can't really even complain that Ren got offense.
Yeah. Don't be unfair to Sinclair.
Oh my
But
god, that was yeah,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah,
S
I
tier.
popped myself. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
that's fucking
deserve
right. Yeah.
yourself pops.
Yeah,
So, did
thank
you
you.
see, by the way, did you by any chance catch who the next challenger to Ethan Page's NXT North American title is going to be?
No, I didn't. Who is it going to be now?
Santino Marella.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I did so much psychic damage with two words. I'm so sorry.
God, it's like a hemorrhoid in my ass of which I have plenty shot up into my brain. Fuck. The pain.
No.
Oh, and apparently Paige unveiled a new North American title.
Yeah, it looks like a Canadian flag with a gold thing strapped onto it.
You know what? Maybe hot and or unpopular take. I like it. It is a North American title, not a US championship. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if you had
I mean, it's not like it's got the U.S. flag normally. It's just red.
it is red. I don't know though. Like I would do Canadian strap and like because Mexico is part of North America too, right? Because
Yeah.
it's America, Canada, and Mexico. So I would do U.S. and Mexico side plates and then Canadian strap. I think that'd be fucking baller. If anything, I feel like it's an incomplete title, but I like where it's going. I like the vision here. But yeah, fuck Santino. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. I want to see your daughter more on TV, not you.
Dude,
You're
right? We should send. Oh my god, I almost called her her real name. Ariana. We should send Ariana after Ethan Page. I bet she could beat him.
Yeah, you know what? You're so fucking right. I mean, for the record, as per usual, the day does end in Y after all, but we need to have that happen because this is a bunch of bullshit. He's old, he's transphobic, he's fucking washed. Fuck you and your fucking puppet Cobra, whatever the fuck. So yeah, I'm not interested in any of this. That sounds fucking awful. This makes me glad that I
Yeah.
also watched the cool highlights of NXT and said fuck everything else because finally we got our
Wait,
NXT championship. Oh
wait,
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 I'm
wait,
sorry.
wait,
Yes.
wait, wait. You know how you brought up Michelle McCool and like that was like an absurd random cameo, but only makes sense because Undertaker was there?
Yes.
Maybe even more absurd because literally, why are you even fucking here? Bully Ray was backstage
Oh my god.
and he made a suggestion about the no quarter catch crew situation. Basically, we're getting Charlie versus Tavion again, 1v1. Tavion wins, he can leave. But if Charlie wins again, then not only does Tavion have to stay in the no quarter catch crew, but he's not allowed to complain anymore. He has to have a smile on his face.
I think he's winning, and Charlie is really making it so that he'll be left all alone. That's really cool, Charlie. Very healthy. Not gonna backfire whatsoever.
Charlie should dip a toe into Evolve and pick out some outstanding athletes to fill out the ranks of no quarter catch crew since he's losing everyone.
Yeah, dude. Or he could just be like, fuck having a faction and go after Jackson Drake. Man, that match would be fucking fire.
I
Holy
mean,
shit.
he could do that, but if he were to do that, not having a faction anymore would also mean not having Ren anymore. And she's like 30% of what makes Charlie interesting to me, so it would be a real blow.
Okay, you know that I love and respect your face deeply. Counterpoint. We have Brooks Jensen trying to challenge for this fucking title. The fucking contendership in the aura is going downhill. We need Charlie to fucking stabilize it quickly. Okay, it's fucking hemorrhaging over here. They are.
I mean, he's challenging for it. That doesn't mean he's going to win it. I mean, it's Jackson Drake. Do you not have faith in your boy?
I mean, listen, you did it fine. I'm just gonna need you to say Drake again with just a bit more emphasis. Can you do that for me?
Drake.
Better. That pop. Okay. So you know what? You're right. Um, I just couldn't let you off the hook because I knew you could do a better job. See, I believed in you and I pushed you
I
to be
did it
better. Now we both.
nonchalant on purpose. I didn't think that I was going to have to do it all over again.
But don't you think that we're both better for me having pushed you to be your best?
Maybe.
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
concede partway.
Yes. You know I like just the tip anyway. So,
Oh my god.
whatever's going on with Charlie, he needs to understand the beauty of friendship and treating people with respect. I think here's the thing, bro. Why I still have hope for the Charlie story, even though they're not going to do anywhere near what I would like them to do, of him just being honest that he doesn't want to be alone. I do think it might be the beginning. You talked about an arc for JC earlier.
Yeah.
I think Ren could be the catalyst for Charlie's arc because if she leaves him, like I think that would force him to have questions, right? It's like, oh God, even Ren left me. Do I suck? Like, am I the problem?
Ren's like, well, Charlie, now that it's just the two of us, I think I'd like to leave too. And Charlie's like, are you going to wrestle me too?
He's like, no, I'm just leaving because I can do that.
What if I don't want
Because I
you to
still,
leave, though?
well, that's not really your choice. Do you own my NXT contract? Damn, no, I don't. Fuck.
No. That's when she blackmails him. When she's like, Charlie, you got to let me do what I want. I still saw what you did to, I don't remember the guy's name, but you remember when he got put in the trunk and shit.
Wait a minute. First of all, salient point. Actually, great callback. Proud of your face. Foster, what the fuck? He said Jackson Drake is worth less than a rake. No. First of all.
Listen,
Second of all,
listen. That rake could be literally made of solid fucking gold, and that statement would still be inaccurate.
first of all, thank you for joining in. I really couldn't do this by myself. Second of all, I turned off my Chris momentarily. This is important. So, first of all, again, to reprise, no. Second of all, how dare? And I'm asking that as a question because I really can't even fucking believe that this is happening to me. Third of all, why you do this? Fourth of all, I think that's it. Actually, I think there was really only three, but I'm just so my flabbers are gassed in. I mean, what the fuck is this? Um, Wow. And then Foster doubles down saying, you guys are handsome, but especially when you decide to be wrong. And I know that the guy that stands Wish.com Stone Cold Steve Austin ain't talking would swipe left. Wow. You know what? I'm done. Let's talk about fucking the triple threat. We all need to jump Briggs now. This is what we said. We said if Briggs betrayed Itamura, we're all going to jump him, right? And most of the Discord was like, oh, hell yeah. What happened after the fucking match? After Oba won again, by the way, proving that he's superior, proving that he takes after my cohort and commentary's fucking face. What happened? Outside the ring, Inamura, who, by the way, I'm becoming a bigger fan of because I saw his offense in that triple threat. I think I could like the dude if he really gets away from Briggs. I'm seeing a potential fandom there. Briggs fucking steamrolls him on the outside with like a boot or something, just charges at him, and then talks trash. Okay. Listen to me, you fucking hick. All right? How did you get that TNA World title opportunity? Because I'm pretty sure it was Inamura that pinned Trick, and then he told you, oh, you can have my title shot. I want the NXT World title. What did you do with that TNA World title shot? In fact, you know what? I'm not going to hog the ball. My court and commentary is intelligent, handsome, and correct 100% of the time. What did he do with that title shot? Do you remember?
Well, if memory serves correctly, I do believe he fucking lost.
Yeah, he fucking lost. +5 for the emphasis, by the way. Great job. And so then what do? Inamura gets his title shot, and then you make it your business. Like, oh, Inamura's going to beat you and this and that and talking trash and stirring the pot when nobody invited you in the fucking kitchen. And then you, like, meddle in the title shot at Great American Bash. Even Inamura's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Oba
arguably
wins.
Cost Inamura the match, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Inamura is like, you know, nothing about this feels right. I wanted an honorable title match. I didn't want Briggs involved. All this other stuff. He's trying to orchestrate, like, and Oba, our beneficent, incomparable fucking God King, was like, oh yeah, I'll do a rematch with you. You seem like an honorable guy, and yeah, I agree. Briggs kind of ruined our good time. Briggs muscles in on it again, and loses again. You suck. You're fucking washed. You've peaked. It's over. You were never meant to know happiness. You are the white southern trash fucking, I don't even know if he's southern, but he gives off that fucking vibe. You are that version of Jimmy Uso. There are two Jimmy Usos in this company, the real one and the spiritual one. That's you, Briggs, because you will never know happiness. You will never know success. Go back with your third-rate fucking tag partner and leave us alone while we stand Inamura and build a fandom because he's so much better than you. God, he really pissed me off in this. And again, I say to NXT brass, do not put Oba in any more triple threats. What are you doing? How many people does he have to beat at the same fucking time? He's better than you. Get over it. That's essentially my thoughts on everything. I
just have to say too, I want to just add, first of all, you were great. Fantastic. Great job.
You're great.
But I do just want to add a little bit too. I do think that we could have probably seen this coming because, you know, the whole lead up to it, Briggs was basically saying Inamura had no balls. He was like, Inamura's not going to do what it takes to beat you, but I know I can. Basically saying, Inamura fucking sucks. I'm the best. I'm going to beat you. We should have seen this coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of did, because we did, like, have, like, the whole, like, oh, well, if it happens, we're going to jump in. And if we wouldn't have seen it coming, we never would have even made that, you know, little, I don't know the word.
Bro, let me tell you something. If we didn't see that coming, we wouldn't deserve to have a podcast because this dude was telegraphing to the high fucking heavens. I'm a piece of shit friend. Watch out for me. And Inamura, much like myself, way too trusting, way too much sees the good in other people, is like, oh, look, I'm sure the knife won't even pierce because they won't even unsheath. Well, he did unsheath, and this is what fucking happened. God damn it.
I want to unsheath.
you know what? You earn the fucking right because unlike this piece of shit, you're actually dominant. And you know what? You're actually a good person while being dominant. So you know what? Unsheath all the way, friend. Fucking Briggs fucking flaccid ass. So that was NXT. Let's I guess
Did
talk
you
about
remember that
Evolve
there
next.
was a culling match on this show?
Oh yeah, which Tatum won and she pinned didn't she pin Zarya for it?
Yeah.
Zarya is tilting her fucking face off. I feel so bad for Sol Ruka because that's another
It was
betrayal that's
also
coming.
it was also in part due to Dark State randomly showing up.
Yeah.
Like Dark State's
Which
like it just showed up in the crowd and just kind of stood there menacingly.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I still fucks with Dark State. I haven't given up on them. What I am starting to give up on is the writing because I want to see them fucking do stuff. I really thought that this was the closest thing NXT was gonna get to their own version of the Shield,
Yeah,
and
they
like,
should. And you
yeah,
know, part of that is not losing to a bunch of fucking mid-card mediocre white men on TNA.
which they did. That happened, and I wish I could joke that we're in the era where only 5 people saw it or whatever. But I mean, TNA seems like it has more steam, especially with this WWE association. So I don't know how many people saw that who should have never
Yeah.
seen it because it never should have fucking happened.
Yeah, hey
So,
WWE, how does it know to feel or how does it feel to know, I should say, that you having this crossover with TNA is exactly what made me watch a TNA show that your hottest mid card act got fucking beat by a bunch of jobbers on.
I can only rub my temples counterclockwise so much, so I'm just going to suppress it. But yeah, I mean, hope they beat Hank and Tank for the. Thank you for the correction, Foster. I love you. You complete me. But yeah,
Wait.
I
What was the correction about the 7 people
he
thing?
said 7 people saw Dark State lose rather
Oh,
than 5.
right. And you know
So
what? I was one of the two extra because normally I don't watch TNA PPVs, but this time I did because of the fact that fucking Dark State was going to be on and Trick and all the collab, the crossover appeal, and because I tuned in, I unfortunately was born witness to Saquon Sugars getting pinned by Eddie Edwards.
yeah. By the way, while we're on this subject and while I'm turned up and just completely fleeing rationality, TNA, kindly eat my shit in hair. I had hopes for you at Slammiversary, and then I read those results, and wow. I really thought Santana was win that world title, and they were like, nope, staying with Trick. What is the fucking plan when Ali is right there and he deserves the world title? Do not fuck this man over again, pro wrestling. All right, I already had to watch WWE do it once, and this is one thing where Foster and I are completely fucking unified. That and the idea that we mutually find each other handsome. Because, I mean, have you seen Foster? But anyway, that's not the point. That is not the point, and that was wildly inappropriate, although he might be into it. I don't know. The point is, stop fucking around, get the belt on Santana, and then get the belt on Ali. That was the fucking plan. And instead they're like, no, and by the way, and I really should give you credit because again, it's your face. I should have never doubted you, and I'm sorry. You were like, oh, I think the Hardys are gonna win the ladder match. And I'm like, I don't know, Ashton. I mean, yeah, it's the Hardys, but I mean, they're old. And then TNA was like, I know. And they put the belts on them again. And then the Dudleys, because Bubba is a fucking self mark, was like, Hardys versus Dudleys one last time. And I'm like, just let me die. Like I'm already living in fascism, looking at the clock, wondering when I'm going to be next while the biosphere is being fucking destroyed. And somehow, at least when it comes to planetary devastation, I see this fucking shit and I'm like, you sure you can't hurry that up a little bit? What the fuck are we doing? Jesus fucking Christ, TNA. How could you, you really, I mean, if I had any other children besides Abel, this would show me that it is possible to have a child that you're really, really disappointed in because it feels like you were that child. TNA Slammiversary was that child. I had such high hopes for this pay-per-view. I'm like, oh, this could really be fucking cool for TNA. They could get their lick back in NXT through the women's title. Masha's a fucking badass, and Trick's gonna lose the title, and then that'll pave the way for Ali. And no, just none of that happened. Just none of that fucking happened. And the Hardys are once again tag team like you're why Jeff has to relapse because you keep having him take these fucking bumps and booking him. If you didn't book him, he would be forced to heel. God, I really I hate pro wrestling sometimes. I really fucking do. But anyway, I don't even know.
Not
I think I
only
blacked out.
did they
Yeah.
get the wrong, like literally every single match NXT was involved in had the wrong winner. Like Dark State lost, Saquon Sugars got pinned by Eddie Edwards, which is just legitimate blasphemy. JC beat Masha. I actually predicted that too because of the fact that Masha pinned JC in the tag match the week before. And yeah, Mike Santana couldn't get the fucking TNA title. He fucking Trick retained.
Yeah.
Just every wrong decision you could possibly make, they made it.
This is this is why the universe needs to listen to us more, bro. You know, I say it and at times it sounds really completely arrogant, like who the fuck are the two of you? But then I'm like, I'll tell you who we are. We're right. Like, you know, like
It's
that's
funny too because it was like the most like generic heel way to win a title in a triple threat. Santana hit his finisher on Henry and started going for the pin, and Trick came in and threw Santana out of the ring and pinned Henry, and that was the finish. It was that generic.
cool. Also, how dare you, TNA, put on a show like this when Superior Sean exists? I don't even know if he watched this. I pray that he didn't. I am so sorry to everybody that did watch this. So yeah, I guess we could talk about fucking Evolve now.
Hooray, Evolve.
Yeah,
Evolve was
Evolve.
fun this week. I quite enjoyed it. We got Kendall Gray versus Zeta Steel.
We did, and Kendall Gray won the match. Good for her.
Yay. Yeah, Zeta loses all the time in Evolve. I kind of think she's Ofer. She's winless.
Dude, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Uh, but yeah, I know eventually it's gonna turn around. Look, she's part of the Vanity Project. The party is here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, just follow me for 2 seconds. I'm about to pull a me, so I'm gonna need to require your patience and your understanding, okay? Robert Stone always says that the party's here. Olive Garden's catchphrase is when you're here, you're here. Connection? I'm thinking a Vanity Project Olive Garden collaboration. I think that's what we need. I think that would mean the nature's healing. Yes, yes, you see it. You see the vision. Yeah. Yes, it needs to happen. Okay, so that's
Bottomless
happening.
breadsticks for swipe right.
So happy. Okay. I think I can get it together. I think we can do this. I think we can do this, everyone. Um, so yeah, I enjoyed that. Enjoyed that match, I should say. Kendall versus Wendy Chu should be a fun match. I'm just curious where they're gonna want to go with it. Callie wants that being Callie Armstrong, by the way, for the uninitiated, which I am being sincere. I never know who's new to the podcast, and we want to be welcoming. She is the Evolve Women's World Champion. She wants Jintawa because Jintawa attacked her, and Jintawa, if you're keeping up with the Evolve angle, is the reason all the Evolve women have been taken out mysteriously. And so yeah, Stevie, the Prime Minister of Evolve, said that Jintawa's not here, and so we got to deal with that down the line. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that match. To be honest, I like Callie, but I would not be opposed if Jintawa won the title. I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'm here for this. What else happened on this show, bro? Oh, actually, wait. I know what I wanted to talk about on this show. We need to talk about one of my new favorites that I hope we see a lot more of. Fucking Sam Holloway.
Yes.
Oh my god. You know what? I feel like you know a bit more about him than I do. So yeah.
25-year-old, 6'8", 300-pound motherfucker who can actually move. Like I said in the Discord a few months ago when I first discovered this guy, America has produced our own Gunther, and it should terrify everyone.
Dude, abso-fucking-lutely. I mean, look, I'm gonna turn off my crisp again for this for just a moment, just because I really this is important. Okay, my face is important. So first of all, I have nothing but love and respect for Jackson Drake. There, I had to emphasize it properly. But thank you. Your face is perfect. But dude, in all sincerity, Sam Holloway, holy fucking shit. So, to give context, right, we should set this up properly. Jordan Oasis was going to be in a tag match with Swipe Right. At that point, we didn't know who his partners were, or who his partner was going to be, because it was a standard 2v2 tag match. So, he's backstage and he sees It Skull and Sam Holloway. And he's pretty much queuing up like, hey, will one of you be my partners? They, being heels, which I'm surprised that Jordan even bothered to ask, were like, no, are you kidding? That's stupid. Your face is stupid. We're not doing it. And then Adrenaline Drip, so Cappuccino Jones and is it Jake Cartwheel or Jackson Cartwheel?
Jack
Cartwheel. I know I'm going to keep messing that up a little bit, but Jack Cartwheel, who I even said we were watching Evolve this week, that I wish there was still a 205 Live, because he screams, uncrowned cruiserweight champion to me, the way that he works. Like, I wish that title was still around. And they're kind of like defending Jordan. So then Jordan leaves. He keeps going on, to find his tag partner. I thought it was going to be Marcus Mathers. Boy, was I disappointed. And they kind of get into it. And so we set up a tag match, Adrenaline Drip, again, Cabagino Jones, and Jack Cartwheel. Love the tag team name, by the way.
Yeah.
Against Sam Holloway. Yeah, Sam Holloway and It Skull. And this fucking match, I had a lot of fun with this. This was a fun.
Polar opposites, by the way, too. I just have to say, because It Skull fucking sucks. That dude is bad.
Yeah. It Skull, more like it's god awful.
Yeah.
So,
and meanwhile, you've got this big motherfucker, Sam Holloway, 6'8", 300 pounds out here doing drop kicks, doing fucking over the top rope topes, fucking jumping off the top rope to do a splash that could have won the match if the pin wasn't broken up. He did a fucking step over the top rope with his foot on the middle rope inside the ring, springboard elbow drop. Looked fucking amazing. He is a beast, dude. I love Sam Holloway. He's a great shout.
I fell in love with this dude so fucking fast.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think, that access to my fandom isn't that easy. But I will tell you, I fell in love with this dude so fucking fast. I wanted him to betray It Skull after the match. I wanted him to put him through the canvas and just be a single star right away, because I'm looking at this dude and I'm like, how soon can we print all the fucking money? Yeah. This dude's exciting. I'm telling you, if Sean Legacy is the one that does beat Jackson Drake for the Evolve Men's World title, Sam Holloway needs to be the champion after Legacy. I said what I fucking said. No fucking take-backs. This dude's a goddamn star.
Yeah.
Big fan.
You could
big
fan. And I've said this about Jack Cartwheel too. You could literally just skip whatever the fuck you would have him do in NXT and just put Sam Holloway straight into like Raw's mid card and have him just do fucking crazy fun hoss fights with Bronson Reed and Sheamus and fucking Ludwig and shit. It would be dope.
Dude, yes. Good on you, by the way, for knowing about this guy pretty early. And I am so thankful that I got to experience him for the first time with you and we got to share that. Because, yeah, I feel pretty jaded about wrestling anymore. But one of the few good things that is still left in this day and age about pro wrestling is when you get to experience a true diamond for the first time. And you're like, oh, man, this man or woman is going to be fucking huge. I felt similarly about Jada Parker, particularly with her talking. But with Sam, it really is right now a purely in-ring thing. I mean, the way this guy works is phenomenal. Don't know too much about his promo. He seemed decent in the backstage segment. But, man, do you even need to talk that well when you work that convincingly? Yeah. I don't know. I'd say get him a mouthpiece if he's that bad. I don't even think he's that bad. Or you could just have him be a man of few words. That fucking works, too. I can't wait to see more of him. I am so excited. So excited. Beyond that, what else happened on Evolve? Because the blog that I use doesn't cover Evolve, unfortunately. So I usually have to lean on you for at least telling us what came, because I know we watched shows together. So that's not a problem.
The opening match on Evolve this week was Idris Enofe versus Dante Chen. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, and I even said in this match, I become more of a fan of Idris every time we see him. I'm liking his heel work. I like the theme. I like the getup. Like, yeah, Idris is another one that if he was to be an Evolve World Champion, as a heel, whenever Jackson Drake, gets done his reign, um, I'd be down with that. I don't know. Idris is really growing on me. I like it. I'm glad that he's not just another babyface. And, Dante Chen, too, somebody that I admittedly had a weaker opinion of coming into Evolve, he did some good work. He got some of my goodwill in the course of this match. I thought he looked good. I thought this was a solid match. And, yeah, good on Idris for getting another win. Again, I really feel like if Sean Legacy is going to be like the big face world champion, he'll have a lot of great challengers, coming out of that because he has Idris, he has Sam Holloway if they're interested. Yeah, he's got options. So we'll see. I know Chantel Monroe had like a video package thing. She's working with Kylie Ray at the moment. I wish I cared because I like Chantel,
Yeah.
but goddamn, goddamn,
Ugh.
fucking Kylie Ray.
Yeah, and same by the way. I also like Chantel. I think she's really good.
Yeah, not as good as your face though. I mean, it's not a competition, but you know. Um, was that pretty much evolved though? Did
Yeah,
we did
that
we
that
cover
I mean,
everything?
yeah, that pretty much covers it. I mean, Jordan Oasis, because we talked about Jordan Oasis's quest to find a tag partner in the context of setting up the adrenaline drip versus Holloway and Gal match, but we didn't really follow up on that. He ended up teaming with
Right.
Brooks fucking Jensen, who
Yeah.
just fucking betrayed him anyway and left.
Like, you know, I I have so many thoughts about this. First of all, I just still do not like Brooks Jensen. There was that really brief window where I gave Brooks Jensen a chance. I will hold myself to account for that. There was a brief period where I'm like, I kind of like his old school look. He looks like a Harley race type, like not in terms of physique, but just in terms of, like he just has that old school vibe. And I'm like, maybe they'll work with that. Maybe he'll, not necessarily be a heel, but maybe he's like, I want to go through, I want to work all these places, and then I want to come back to NXT or whatever and really ply my craft. No, just stick him with the calling. And then actually, even before sticking him with the calling, let's make him like kind of a loose cannon that's reined in by Ty Spears because we have a Sean and he's perfect. Thanks. And then, well, they're going to betray me because, well, I suck everywhere I go, seemingly. So that's cool. And then now I'm going to go to Evolve. And oh, look at that. I'm betraying again. Like, God. And then, I
Here
kind of
I
want to
go
blame Jordan.
betraying again.
Yeah. And again, you suck when this is me. I mean, bro, you can call me to record better than anybody. How often do I pop for betrayal?
Every time.
Exactly. Every fucking time. And here I'm just like, how dare you? How dare you ruin a toxic thing that I fucking loved, you bastard? Fuck. Anyway, I also kind of want to blame Jordan Oasis as a character because, like, do you watch the product? Do you not know what this man was doing prior? How do you not have your head on a swivel? Like, goddamn. And also, like, I don't know. I really just would have asked one of those guys, Cappuccino Jones or Cartwheel, hey, you guys stood up for me. Are one of you willing to be my partner? And then, you probably still would have lost, but at least, you wouldn't have lost because of fucking betrayal. And then also, for Jensen, how does this even help your title prospects? Because Stevie's just going to look at that and be like, oh, you betrayed someone on your own team, which affected fucking Jackson in no way whatsoever. Sure, you'll get a title shot. Are you fucking dense? No wonder Izzy took a chair to your fucking back, you goddamn mark. Oh my God. Everyone's hopeless but us, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God. Like, the writing's really on the wall, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Maybe if they used a wall instead of paper, the writing would be better.
So right. Fuck. I mean, what do you even say to that? Fuck.
I think you're
That's
nailing
it
it with
though.
fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. So I guess let's move on to Raw, which I did enjoy this week. I thought Raw was good this
Hell
week.
yeah. I've been enjoying Raw as a general rule lately. In general,
Was really, and you know what? I think, and I'm being sincere here, I think that's in no small part because Io Sky is just on the top of her fucking game.
hey man, you know what though? She's not even the champion anymore, and it just doesn't matter because she had a banger with the care.
Exactly. You know, it's like your face. It could go through success or it could go through hardship. It's still going to be excellent because excellence is a fucking constancy when it comes to your face.
Bro, it was
So,
so wild on Monday though because Io versus Stephanie got set up and Javaris was like, "Oh, I hope Chelsea doesn't ruin it." And I was like, "Why would Chelsea even be on this show? I'm so confused." And fucking Chelsea ruined the match. Like Jesus Christ, nailed it.
and then I should just like explain this to me. I still don't understand.
I legit like the commentary pointed out that apparently Chelsea and Stephanie have been like feuding, and I'm like, since fucking when? When the
Since
fuck did Stephanie and Chelsea start feuding? What is this nonsense?
since she helped Nikki from being assaulted post match after that horrendous match that her and Chelsea Green had, and then
Oh,
Stephanie
so the
beating
previous Monday. Okay.
yeah, and then Stephanie remember beat Alba Fire on that one SmackDown, and then evaded the
I
Piper beat
didn't
down.
remember that, probably because I didn't think anything of it, probably because I just figure Alba Fire is a jobber
Yeah,
who, they just wanted to kind of give Stephanie an exhibition match. I didn't see it as continuing a feud.
yeah, it was, and I know that this wasn't really a nice way to ease you into everything, but it
No, no,
happened.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I
Your
wish the product would have
face is
eased you in.
welcome. Sorry, that was a little too much.
Wow, no, that was deserved. That was deserved. But yeah, this is still happening. So cool.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, Chelsea is feuding with Stephanie. Cool. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. um, so yeah, Punk and Gunther segment was fine. Um,
Yeah,
I like
it was fine. Fine's a great way to describe it. I agree with fine.
yeah, that's good, bud. That's good. Punk's really old. And I'm just like,
He
uh,
is. He's really old. And the worst thing about the fact that he's really old is that he doesn't act really old and he doesn't get booked like he's really old. So when you would expect for Gunther to chop him one time and have him explode into dust, he actually just fucking eats it and keeps going on offense.
yeah, yeah.
It's really
And
like
it
immersion breaking, honestly.
is. I'm like, why you not wheezing, asshole?
Yeah.
Instead of my usual how you wheezing, asshole, because it's always presupposed. But Punk's like, oh no, I'm fine. And I'm like, ew.
But
So
why though? Should you not
yeah,
be?
yes, exactly. Oh God. Oh, it's all so meaningless. Okay. After this, um, let's see. Yeah, we had before Stephanie's match with Io even, we had Naomi try and push her buttons, try and goad her into that match with Io. And the cackle Naomi does at the end. I love what Superior Sean, the only Sean that I recognize, said in the Discord. He said, I hope she cackles at home and Jimmy hates it. And I have not stopped thinking about it because hard agree, friend.
Yes.
Hard agree.
I also love that when she approached Stephanie, she was like, Stephanie Bakur! Or however you say it.
Oh, God, is it just me or is she perfect?
She's perfect, yeah.
I love her so much. It's crazy because like I really do love Io and Rhea, but I'm just rooting for Naomi to retain the title. I can't lie. Like I'm just like, no, she needs this right now. You already had a turn. Fuck.
You did. They both did. It's true. Several even. And I love Io more than anyone else on the roster. But at the same time, it's Naomi's time.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I love her because even if she didn't cackle, I'd probably be saying this, but she fucking cackles. Like, what do you want me to do? Not
And
have
no,
face?
I have to even take it a step further too, because not only does she cackle, she legitimately has the single, and I'm even including Seth in this, the single best evil cackle in the history of pro wrestling.
Yes, yes, yes. It is fucking gold. Like I thought my cackle was god tier. I thought,
It
John, you have a pretty
is.
decent
That's the
cackle going
thing.
on
Your
there.
cackle is god tier, but it's not Naomi tier.
I know, and that's just it. That is where you and I are in complete resounding fucking agreement because I look at Naomi and my own like space to achieve and grow is exposed to my own fucking face. I love this woman. I could be really unhinged about the rest of the remarks that I want to make, but I'm trying incrementally to reform. So I will just keep it there. But yes, she is perfect. Fucking perfect.
Alex
And
Foster
yeah,
wants to know if Kyrie started cackling like Naomi, who would you root for?
Foster, how dare again? That's the second one you've accrued in the show.
Is there a
Honestly,
consequence if he hits three, or just keep
I
going?
no. He knows I can't quit him, and I think that's why he pushes my buttons because he's like John loves me too much. To which he would be 1,000% correct. Um, Honestly, Foster, if I'm keeping it real with you, probably Naomi at this point. I love Kairi to death, but like I feel like the last time I was really into Kairi and she was really wrestling at a high level was her Stardom run. I don't
Her
think she's really
most
been the
recent
same.
Stardom run
Yeah, exactly.
in the mid
So
20
like
or the early 2020s.
yeah, I feel like since then, it's not that she's shit. I mean, believe me, I still would put her above even a few workers still in WWE's women's division, and the women's division is probably the best it's ever been historically.
Yeah.
Um, but it is a few paces behind. What it was. I think Naomi is cooking on all fucking cylinders right now. I mean, if you want to talk about somebody's prime, I feel like we're witnessing Naomi's prime right fucking now.
Yep.
Like this is it,
Yep.
and god damn, is
And
it
isn't she
special.
like 37?
I think she is
Yeah, she is.
37.
She's 37. And this is, I mean, you know what, though? Here's the thing. We have said so many times that pro wrestlers tend to really hit their prime, hit their stride at 35. And Naomi is right there.
Yes. Yes. Oh man. Oh man. I love Naomi so much. I'm loving what she's doing right now. I
Same.
love that she stirred the pot with Stephanie. It's fucking great.
Stephanie
Um
Vaquer,
yes. Oh my god.
however
Perfect.
you say it.
Fucking. Yeah. Again. God, it's amazing. She's so perfect. And then you
I
relaying what
also
she
just
says with
love
your
that
tone.
she's
Yeah.
just fully unhinged, and it wouldn't surprise me if she was also mostly unscripted because the way that she talks feels very off the cuff. It's great.
It's working for her.
Yeah.
I never want her to stop doing it. It's fucking great. Um and so yeah, that was that. And by the way, just to tie it all together, I did think the match between Stephanie and Io was fantastic.
Of
And I
course.
also appreciate another non-finish because if they want to do a PLE for this fucking shit for a proper conclusion, you know what?
What?
I can't complain. That's why PLEs exist.
Yeah.
So makes fucking sense to me.
Oh yeah,
Uh
we got Sheamus versus Rusev again.
I was
It was
just
the
about to segue
second
to that
Roman.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to segue to that actually because I was about to say that speaking of people who fucking cook, and then I was going to say Sheamus and Rusev. I really enjoyed this. Meaty men slapping meat. How did you enjoy this?
The meatiest and the slappiest.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just taking a drink of water there because I was
I
just
am
really
so sorry. I didn't realize that
yeah.
you needed me to talk for a few more seconds. Yeah, no,
Ah, no,
I
it's
was
fine.
just
It's fine. It's
fucking
fine.
around, honestly. But yeah, no, it
No,
was a really solid match. I love watching Rusev lock Sheamus in the accolade. It looks fantastic. And yeah, actually,
yes,
Sheamus did end up winning this one though with the road kick.
yes, yes. And I like that Sheamus won because now they're tied at one apiece, and if they want to do a third match, or even if they want to turn this into a whole fucking series with the winner
Wasn't there a
getting,
rumor recently that that match was like the third match was going to happen in Paris, Clash in Paris?
that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I read the same rumors that you did. Yeah.
yeah,
So we will have to see what happens there.
nice.
Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. Good on Sheamus. Dude, the idea that Sheamus is still putting on matches of this quality at this stage of his career, like, good on you, homie.
He's
Good on
closing
you.
in on 50, man. He's 47.
He might just be like the closest thing that we have here in America to like our own personal Minoru Suzuki, just as
Suzuki,
far as
yeah,
like being that age and putting on a certain type of match really fucking well. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I never thought in my fucking life I would have fucking Sheamus come out of my mouth in association with fucking Minoru Suzuki, who I deeply respect. But goddamn if Sheamus isn't earning it. yeah, really, really good match. Shout out to him. And then yeah, after that, let's see what we got after that, huh? We got we got the number one contenders triple threat tag match, which pleasant surprise here was won by LWO, Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro.
Yeah. I made a point about this, talking about how it's like WWE just really putting a spotlight on their Latino tag teams for their both tag divisions because of how Andrade and Phoenix won contendership the previous Friday, and now we have these two winning contendership for Monday.
Yes. Yes. Dude, I'll tell you, I was really happy to see it. And not only was I happy to see it, I gotta say, as far as LWO goes, I used to just be almost like just a hater of Joaquin Wild, to be honest, I think because of his TNA stuff. He really has found himself in this fucking tag team. And this isn't like a new thing for me. I felt this way for a good while. But man, he really gets to show out in the LWO, and he's really tightened his shit up. I like Joaquin now. And Cruz, we've known for years how talented Cruz is. I'm glad that they're finally getting this. I don't expect them to win. I fully expect Judgment Day to retain the titles, of course. I'm just happy that they're getting this opportunity. I think that that's really fucking cool for them, and I hope that they make the most of it and they have a banger fucking match. So good on them. As far as
Well,
Ludwig
and I'd
Kaiser,
also say
yeah,
that the Judgment Day feels like the most beatable team, or the most beatable champions on Raw, at least.
yeah,
Fuck, I can't even say that because Dom is the Intercontinental Champion. All of the Judgment Day members just seem really beatable,
yes, yes,
except Raquel.
yes. Which I'll even say for Raquel, I've started liking her more with her just being like in a tag team and them just kind of slowing down on any singles ambitions for her. I'm like, you know what? There are just some people I think that work better in tag teams, even if they thought that they were going to be big single stars and main eventers. I think Raquel, getting to see her in a limited capacity, doing her power offense within the confines of a tag team, that works for me. So yeah, I'm save for the fucking forehead, I'm liking Judgment Day right now because I don't even really have that much of a problem with Dom even. So yeah, I'm good right now. Judgment Day is in a good place for me. Again, sans the forehead. So after that,
Fuck the forehead.
yeah, yeah. Uh, the way you said that. Becky, Becky, has her segment, and Lyra seemingly is getting more over with crowds, which is great. Lyra comes out. I like a line that she had after Becky, talked her trash and everything. And she said, Becky, maybe my problem, because the problems that I think are settled keep coming back to haunt me, is that I don't take it far enough. And then, Becky said, you are going to respect this match. You are going to treat this match with the gravity that it deserves. So we're gonna run the stakes back, but this time, if I beat you, you can't challenge for this Intercontinental title ever again. And then Lyra says, you know what, fine. But Becky, if we're doing it your way there, here's what I want. No countouts, no disqualifications. I think she said street fight. I don't know if it was a street fight or just that there must be a winner. But yeah, it's pretty much going to be, I think, like a street fight between Becky and Lyra at SummerSlam for this. And I'm here for it. I think we all know what it might lead to because Bayley has been tilting her fucking face off. By the way, earlier in the show, well, I mean, even before the show, we knew that Bayley and Lyra were going to be going against Raquel and Roxanne for the women's tag titles. Bayley was like, yeah, let's go. And Lyra was just like, what? So two completely opposite reactions.
They
And
had that
so, yeah.
exact interaction on socials too.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that tag match happened after this segment. I thought it was a fun tag match. I mean, the women really do be fucking cooking lately. And Bayley has been doing great character work. I mean, you can see her desperation to be a champion, to get on SummerSlam, to do fucking something, because we also know that would have been an interesting thing. If Bayley and Lyra would have won, Lyra might have been potentially, double booked or whatever, or at least had to work a match across both nights, or a match a night across the whole SummerSlam weekend, because Alexa and Charlotte are challenging for the women's tag titles at, I believe, night one of SummerSlam. So, there were a lot of questions going into that, but the champions do retain because Becky pulls Lyra off the apron, and when Bayley goes for a tag, Lyra's not there, so then the numbers just caught up with Bayley, and she eats the pin. And so yeah, that's just probably going to make Bailey, spiral a little further. And I think we're all expecting her to screw Lyra out of the title, which also means screwing her out of her ability to challenge for the title in the future. And then that'll really kick off, I guess, the next stage of the Bailey Lyra feud, which doesn't get any complaints from this guy because I haven't seen them have a bad fucking match yet. So there you go. That was that tag match. Let's see here. Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn. Wow. So much wow. Kross beat Zayn. They're apparently doing it again at SummerSlam. Fucking neat. Already talked about Stephanie Io. And then finally the Roman Reigns segment with Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman, all that stuff. This was a talking segment to close the show. Do you have any thoughts about this? Because I thought it was fine, but it just seemed like it was always going to lead to a brawl, and we know that we're getting Jay and Roman versus Bronson and Braun at SummerSlam. So I really don't have any thoughts about this if you do.
I do find it interesting that they're pitting Braun specifically against Roman by himself. Like obviously Bronson is going to be there to like assist or whatever, and it's going to be an actual tag match. But the way that it was framed during the talking segment, it really seemed like they were just really going to end up building towards Roman 1v1 with Braun.
Yeah, which on one hand, it is a SummerSlam, so that feels like a match worthy of a SummerSlam. On the other hand, I'd like
Well, I don't
more
think I
build.
think we're getting the tag
Yeah.
match at SummerSlam though.
Yeah. Tag matches definitely was on the books. That was my understanding.
Yeah.
But
So
you
I'm just
yeah.
saying that it seems like they're building towards Braun versus Roman at some point. Maybe Clash in Paris. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I guess my only problem with this talking segment, just to say a little bit about it and not just to completely breeze past it, uh, Roman's still not taking responsibility for anything. He
No.
really, he really came out here and he blamed everything on Paul Heyman. Like, look, is Paul Heyman a piece of shit? Yes. Is he to blame for everything with the bloodline? Find that mirror, Chief. Find that
We
fucking
don't
mirror.
have to. We don't. It doesn't matter if we want to hold Roman accountable. All that matters is that people that he needs help from don't want to hold him accountable. And I guess Jey Uso is one of them, and he's not interested.
Yeah. And that's fucking wild to me because Jay was like victim zero. Like
Jey
he was
also agrees with Roman, though. He blamed Paul Heyman for the whole thing. Remember, there
yeah,
was that one segment where Jey blamed Heyman for everything.
true. But it's funny that like they seem to be coming at different vantage points of blame, corresponding on the same object of it being Paul Heyman. Because for Roman, it's like we had a good thing going. We could have kept the gravy train going forever, and you messed it up when you betrayed me.
Right.
Whereas Jay was like, I know this isn't even the real you, Roman. I feel like Heyman has corrupted you, which that's also funny because if you really know your bloodline lore, which thankfully we are the best podcast, so we do, in one of the earliest segments that Heyman and Roman had together before the bloodline was even a thing, Heyman said, let me assure you all, I didn't corrupt him. He corrupted me. So it's just funny that all these threads are kind of, flying all about. But yeah, the tag match should be fine. I'm just, like Roman not taking accountability. Like, yeah, he's handsome and talented and wonderful on the mic. But you shouldn't be able to get away with shit. And then I realized that people far worse than Roman are already getting away with shit. So it's like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
I don't fucking. We have failed so hard as a society. It's almost laughable if you didn't have tear ducts to cry. So that was
Also,
raw.
yeah.
Yeah, that was raw. And
We
yeah,
covered everything.
I guess did you watch because I know Super Blue is always so kind if you want to
Yeah.
use that word, which I am, I guess. Hooking us up with those AEW highlights every week. I didn't watch the highlights, but I did watch select clips from AEW this week. Did you watch anything AEW related at all, whether the recap or anything this week?
I think I might have watched the like the Dynamite highlights, but I'm not 100% sure if it was this week or if I watched it last week. I know I watched them recently. You know what? It might have been last week. I might not have been gotten around to watching this week.
All
But
right.
yeah.
Uh,
I didn't watch this week. None of this looks familiar to me. I don't know anything about this.
yeah, I'll just say that I like how Hangman's carrying himself as champion. Hurt Syndicate continues to be cool, and they're seemingly done with MJF. MJF continues to feud with Mark Briscoe, who I unfortunately can't take seriously. Like, I have no ill will against Mark, but I've just always looked at him as a mid card guy. And like I don't know. Like Jay, I felt like was a really good promo and had that main event aura. I don't see the same with Mark. Um, Mark, I feel like, God, I said I don't want to insult the guy, and I feel like I'm about to insult him. I feel like he has the kind of look and the affability where he would have really shined in like 80s WWF, but we're not in 80s WWF. And again, I just look at him personally as a mid-card guy. However, to be fair to him and to the reality that he exists in, he is fucking over. I mean, this crowd had his back in that MJF segment, and I think they're rooting for him to succeed. So far be it for me to argue it. I'm not even maliciously arguing the point. If Mark Briscoe succeeds, I've seen AEW do worse. I've seen pro wrestling do worse. I ain't about to, have a conniption over it.
Yeah.
So there you go. And that's essentially my remarks about AEW. So now I ask, did you do any extracurriculars this week?
No.
For the first time in 2 weeks, I didn't either. So now we can move on to questions. Yay, questions.
Q&A, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask your
Anybody that
Q's and we'll show you our A's.
Okay, well, mine is taut and maybe a little too willing at times, but I mean, we shouldn't really be, shoring it out there. But regardless,
I'm
yes.
confused. What makes an answer taut?
Oh, that's what you meant by showing. Of course, I'm in the gutter. I'm sorry. You should just leave me. But hey, everyone, ask your questions about this week in the world of wrestling.
Yeah.
Does Ray return to help LWO win the tag titles from Alex Foster? Great question, Foster. I'm going to say no.
No.
No, and maybe you're asking that because, Judgment Day is Dom and Dom is Ray's son, allegedly. And so, we're just wondering, is Ray gonna even those odds or odd those evens? I don't fucking know. But no, I don't think he will. I think he's gonna be like, sorry guys, you're on your own with this one. And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
Sounds about right.
that's that. All right. Any other questions? Let me actually switch to live chat. Sometimes a top chat doesn't hide messages or
Oh, there
hides
haven't been
messages.
any other questions yet.
You know what? I trust your face fucking completely, so thank you for letting me know.
Here we go, Super Blue. How do you feel about the reactions to the passing of Hulk Hogan?
Um, I feel like all reactions are valid, really. I mean, look, some people are obviously going to have their fandom, and I should be the last fucking person to judge people for hanging on to fandom. I mean, I still watch and enjoy Benoit matches for fuck's sake, right? Um, Now, if you were a Hulkster and you're like, I enjoyed what the character meant to me, but I can parse that out from the person that he was politically and everything else, I think that's the healthiest and most correct reaction, if I'm just being honest. But really, emotions are fucking weird, and who the fuck even knows? I've seen a lot of black wrestling fans justifiably celebrating this because you have to imagine. I think the one TikTok, I don't know if it was Sean who shared it or Javaris because they were both bringing the fire when this happened. But one of them shared one from a guy that very rightfully said, a lot of those black wrestling fans you see celebrating, they could have been Hulkamaniacs. And then when they hear Hulk Hogan making those fucking comments, imagine the betrayal that fucking feels like.
Yep.
Like, I know for me to empathize, it was bad enough what my fave already did, right? Like I'm already in a fucked headspace with that and will be forever. But in an alternate universe where Chris Benoit doesn't have a brain full of, that's fucking soup from all the headbutts and everything, and he comes out and he's like, I think eugenics is pretty based, actually. I would feel fucking like, Chris, why? And, I would feel fucking gutted. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to police the emotions of a demographic of wrestling fans that were like, yeah, he said the N word, which is historically dehumanizing and fucking gross to my people. So, like, he can go fuck himself down in hell. Yeah, I've enjoyed the negative reactions. I've definitely experienced Schadenfreude from my side. But on the whole, if you're asking for a sensible response, I mean, people's reactions are going to be their reactions. And given my own complicated relationship with wrestler passings, I'm not looking to police anybody's emotions. But I just hope that people were able to parse the performer from the man at best, because the man, fucking yikes. What are your thoughts on this, man?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where I kind of see it from your perspective in sense that like if my favorite wrestler said something that would be very offensive and insulting to an entire group of people that I happen to belong to, I would be hurt and I would probably drop them real quick too. I mean, fuck. Even when they say shit that insults groups of people that I don't belong to, I'm pretty quick to drop wrestlers. I mean, fuck, man. Like we literally just had Jada Parker advocating for fucking no trans women in women's sports within the last few months, and I haven't been able to look at her the same way since then. I haven't been nearly as like you know nearly as much of a like I don't go up to bat for her nearly as much as I used to because of that shit.
Right.
So the fact that you could have Hulk Hogan out here literally just explicitly using a literal racist slur and explicitly saying that he doesn't want his daughter to date a black guy unless it's an NBA player, and because then she'd be able to get some money off of him. I just, how can you be black and be like, oh yeah, Hulk Hogan, he's cool. I can't relate to that. That doesn't necessarily mean that I look down on you if you are willing to forgive Hulk Hogan. It just means that I don't understand you from that perspective. And frankly, I say even if you're black, but it doesn't matter your skin color. If you can look at a person who's willing to say shit like that and willing to think that way, I can't relate to you. And still
Yeah.
be a fan of them. I should add. I can't relate to you. I don't understand how your mind
Yeah.
works. But yeah, for me personally, I really enjoyed Hogan in the '90s when he was Hollywood, and his WrestleMania match with The Rock is legitimately one of the greatest matches of all time. But he's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I'm
While you
glad
have
he's
the
dead.
ball, yeah, while you have the ball, brother, before I make my concluding remarks, you might as well answer Super Blue's other question. How does your mom feel about Hulk Hogan's passing?
Mom, how do you feel about Hulk Hogan's passing?
Well, before I knew what kind of person he was, I was a big fan of his. But once I learned what kind of person he was, I wasn't a fan anymore because I realized what he was.
Mm.
So it's like he's gone now. Good.
Okay. I don't know if everyone heard that, but to sum it up, she is a former Hulkamaniac, but as soon as she found out what kind of person he is, she stopped being a fan of his, and now he's gone, and she said, good.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Um, Yeah, I think we got, and really, just one more thing I want to say. There was a period, right, where I was rooting for Oak because I really try as a leftist to be like, we can all learn and reform. I mean, look, I have been open with you. When I was younger, I had transphobic ideals. When I was in high school, I made racist jokes. I really try and be upfront about that because we're all human and we all do shit that we're not proud of. But the point is, it's not whether or not you do that shit. It's do you grow from it? That's the big fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, maybe this backlash will make him reconsider some things. When he was fully fucking dead to me, and there was probably even a reason before this, but him doing fucking Trump's Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden, I'm like, oh, not only do you still believe this, you're going all the way the fuck in. And like, fuck this dude. As far as I'm concerned, he probably had like either really conservative sympathies, maybe even some fascist ones, because he should know what that fucking rally was about. And yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. So that's just my thoughts on that. Huge disappointment. He let a lot of fucking fans down. And honestly, I take great pleasure that one of the last few events that he did when he was alive, he got booed out of the fucking building. Because that actually gave
Hell
me
yeah.
hope for wrestling fans for the first time in God knows how long.
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, next question. Let's see what we got here in the chat.
Do
Okay,
you
so wait,
think
let me
the
back up a
women's
bit.
U.S.
Yeah.
title match is going to be on SummerSlam? I don't even.
I don't think so, Super Blue. I
No,
don't think it
definitely
will.
not, because that's Zelina Julia. That's a SmackDown match.
Super Blue, why did Order 4 stay with Ali after everything he's done? They got upset with Alexander attacking him during their match Slam because they know true leadership, because they know what it means to be led by a fucking winner. I don't know, Super Blue, why you ask these questions when the world clearly knows what it's doing, and more importantly, Ali knows what he's doing.
I'm so
So yeah,
confused. Who the fuck is Order 4 and why should I care about them?
that is Ali's faction in TNA. So they've been doing a story where Ali seemingly has been increasingly unhinged and kind of alienating them.
Yeah.
And so they brought in Alexander to try and reason with Ali. And so him and Alexander, that they had that match at Slammiversary, and apparently Order 4 stayed with Ali. I don't even know if they helped him win because I didn't watch the match.
Well, I do know that Ali won that match.
Yeah, and they might have helped him win. And Super Blue was confused because he's like, but he was mean to them, so why stay? And it's like, well, maybe it was part of the plan, Super Blue. Just like it's the universe's plan to make it seem like Yoshihashi's going to win the G1, only to rip the rug out from underneath him. It's just the universe just works like that, my man. That's how it happens. So yeah, and you know what?
God,
I told
right
you
about that.
Yeah, I told you, Super Blue. I told you this was going to happen. I told you that Ali shouldn't be challenged. Him and I have that in common, actually. So long live Ali, future TNA World Champion.
Okay, so just to wrap back around here,
yes,
I definitely understood through context that Order 4 was the faction that Ali was leading. My question is, who are they?
you mean like who does it consist of?
Yes.
Like, I know Tasha Steele's a part of it, and then I don't know the other two guys.
Okay.
So yeah.
Maybe Alex or Super Blue can help us out with that in chat. In the meantime, our next question from Abel is: did you acknowledge your tribal chief today?
I did not acknowledge Jacob Fatu today. Thank you for existing, Jacob. Love you. There.
I did,
That's
in fact, acknowledge my tribal chief Roman Reigns today.
Yes.
Because he's fucking here now.
Like Olive Garden?
No.
Oh.
Like Swipe Right.
Oh my God. At first I was going to apologize to you because I'm like, I interjected and it was stupid and I'm sorry, but then you made it something even better and oh my God, I love you all over again. Oh, that was great. That was great. What a roller coaster that was.
Nice.
All right.
Roller coasters are exciting. There you go.
I haven't been on one in years because I have an irrational fear that it's going to malfunction and kill me.
I fucking hate roller coasters.
And guess what, bud? When we hang out, we never have to go on one. In fact, we cannot go on one together.
That sounds amazing. I mean, we don't even have to go to like an amusement park if you don't want to, but if we do, it would be more chill rides than anything.
We can do a carousel.
My favorite ride at a local amusement park known as Knoebels is called, I believe, if I remember correctly, the Whipper. You sit in like a basin, and obviously you get strapped in, and it just spins you around really fast. It's fun. It's
nice.
You get to experience some G's.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
You sound like Randy using a Japanese toilet for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Perfect. Fucking perfect. Oh my God.
Like your face.
Like your face.
Like your fucking face. Don't.
You know what?
Back
You're fucking beautiful, and you need to accept it. Do not make me get tone right now in front of everyone. Fuck. Perfect ass. Anyway,
Alex Foster's question is: what are your thoughts on Tala Tonga's involvement on SmackDown so far?
Before I answer that, I saw Sir Blue's comment about Ali will fail. You're wrong. Your face is wrong. Get over it. Second of all, I haven't really paid attention to Tala Tonga that much.
Me neither, honestly. I know he's around, and I saw him actually no-sell a chair shot to the back on SmackDown this week. Thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for him to like do something a little more substantial before making any judgments. Honestly, maybe the fact that he hasn't done anything substantial is a judgment of itself.
Yeah, maybe it is. God, you're so right all the time, and how you word things. Fuck. Where did you come from? No, you. Oh my God. Let's see. Super Blue, after beating Joe Henry on Thursday, do you think Santana will be the one to beat? I fucking hope so, because it's all part of the plan, as I already explained, Super Blue.
I mean, can I just say, he fucking better.
First of all, you can say whatever the fuck you want because it makes the planet a better place. Second of all, agreed. Third of all, next question.
I feel like I low-key, like, very slightly channeled, God, what's it, Christopher Walken there?
Yes.
Can I just say, I sure
it
hope
was
so.
as somebody that likes Christopher Walken and honestly to a degree even thinks that he might be a bit underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was beautiful. You're
Thank you.
beautiful. Thank you for happening.
Super
Yeah.
Blue, I'm gonna wait. Super Blue, I'm gonna call these your last two questions, and then we're closing the door here. First
Yeah.
off, did you yeet when Jay came out to save Robin? No.
You said it. Yes. Let him know. Look, the things I do in private are my business. They don't include yeeting, okay? I'm not that weird.
And finally, how do you feel about the Miz getting in Jacob's face with no fear?
I mean, it's the Miz. He's always going to do goofy shit. I mean, if he wants to just completely do the wrong thing, it's his life, not mine. So have
So,
fun with it, I guess.
just to make sure that we get this right, by the way, does the Miz going into business for himself here and trying to confront Jacob Fatu? Does this mean that Mello Don't Miz is officially over as a tag team?
It seems to be, friend. It seems to
Yeah, I
be.
kind of picked up on that. Anyway, let's move on to high spots and low shots.
That is an amazing idea, and I co-sign. So let's do that. Okay, guys. Uh, Low shots. I was about to give high spots already, but no, it's low shots first. Low shot. God, honorary low shot to the NXT North American Championship for Santino being the next challenger. Um, Actual low shot. You know what? I'm gonna say Jordan Grace because I mean she finally got Blake in an arena. She's like, oh my god, Blake's here. I'm gonna kill her, and you got your face driven into a steel chair. So yeah, maybe do better about that revenge plan, Jordan, and suck less. So there you go.
Honorary low shot to Andrade and Phoenix for getting positively screwed out of their rightfully earned tag title shot. But my full blown for real low shot is going to Jordan Oasis. Only one was a tag partner, and the guy that agreed to be his tag partner seemed so enthusiastic about it, and then he fucking betrayed him anyway.
I see that your streak of being so right continues. My high spot, meanwhile, you know what? I'm gonna say my high spot is Naomi. And I say that because she manipulated a whole situation on Monday of which she reaped considerable dividends. She got in Stephanie Vicare's ear and she was like, oh, Io was kind of dog walking you. So if that was me, I would want to get mine back, but it's whatever. And she got Stephanie, one of the top tier competitors in the division already, where she's getting a title shot at Clash in Paris, which feels like it's going to be a bigger show, which is crazy because SummerSlam is the show coming up, right? She got her to fight Io before SummerSlam. Like if I'm Naomi, I'm like I'm the ring general of WWE. This is unbelievable what I'm orchestrating right now, what I'm scheming, what I'm planning. So I'm gonna say Naomi's my high spot because she didn't even get her hands dirty this week, didn't have to do shit this week, and she just watched Stephanie and Io beat the crap out of each other. Good, strong win for our women's world champion.
My high spot. This is I'm thinking a lot here. Uh let's see. Who is my high spot, man? Um this is a difficult one for me.
You could just make it my face.
Your face is a perpetual high spot no matter what.
It's true.
Um you know what? Let me peep something real quick. I'm cheating, but I think that's acceptable at this point.
You know what? You do what you need to do. You're worth the effort.
Um okay. I think my high spot is just I'm going to keep it a little bit more on the simple side here and just say Sheamus for my high spot because he avenged his initial loss to Rusev, and it definitely feels like we're building towards a rubber match there.
Yes.
Nothing
Yes, I would
really,
agree.
no one really had like any really huge wins this week. Like Blake Monroe won her debut, but it was against Ren, who you expect her to beat, right? And then like,
Yes.
yeah, like there were some cool matches in the culling 8-person tag because it was intergender and there was actual intergender stuff going on. Like there were actual men and women doing offense to each other, and that was cool. But like nothing in that match stood out to me the way that like Lash scoop slamming Otis stood out back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe like Jasper Troy getting a win over Ricky Saints, but like he did it after Ricky already lost the North American title to Ethan Page. So it's not like you beat a champion. And he didn't
Right.
even get like a clean win. It was a count out win. I mean, Trick got bitched out by Undertaker. Yeah, it just feels like one of those weird weeks where nobody really did anything really like outstanding or got like a huge win. Oba retaining was cool, but like I think we expected that, right?
We did.
I don't
We
think anyone
did.
was like scared that Oba was going to lose his title to one of these guys in this match. Yeah, no, I mean, fuck Jelly Roll and Logan Paul too. Jelly Roll did a fucking black hole slam, and it's honestly one of the worst looking black hole slams I've ever seen anyone do. And
Damn.
Logan Paul did literally all the work to make it look even passable. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stick with Sheamus. Sheamus is my high spot.
Yeah, kind of a weird week in that case, huh? All right.
Yeah, it really was, honestly.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been the Week in Review brought to you by TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my coordinate company, Ashton. Guys, be sure to leave a like as you file out, subscribe with the bell icon notification so you miss any of that TWitWoW goodness. Check out everything we're involved in the description box. Follow us on Blue Sky and Twitch because we are the best wrestling podcast in all the IWC. And we will see you guys again, I'm going to say Tuesday at 6 for Monty Gold reactions.
Yeah,
Yes, I believe that is all correct.
6 might
Great,
be
great.
ambitious. I don't remember how many shows we had to do.
You know what? You're right. Let's just say 5 and
Okay,
be
reasonable.
careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your face is not only reasonable, it's I want to just pull up Batista and be like allowed, but really it's wonderful. All right.
Odd.
Nice. All right. Now, with all that being said, Mono Gold Tuesday at 5. Be there, be a mark. I haven't said that in forever. Might bring it back. I don't know. Might do it again. I don't know. But all
Feeling
the
cute,
same,
might
enjoy the
delete
rest of your
later.
week. Okay, that's that, guys. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend. Be good to yourselves and each other. Tune in and peace out.